Hello, advisors. Welcome to our first advisor board meeting. First of all, thank you for being part of our advisor board, and it is a huge pleasure to have distinguished people like you. I made this video in order to optimize our meeting and in order to give you all the background required to start our meeting call, and because I know that your time is precious. So it's the first time that I make this kind of videos, so sorry for any problems. So to start, let me give you some intro and background how we got until here. My background is IT and I have a master's degree in AI. And 7 years ago, I started working in innovation for retail, where we launched an innovative product, PaperVault, a smart receipt platform focused on customer engagement, digital transformation, and machine learning, since we got all the data from retailers and customers. We had a lot of media visibility and startups in innovation awards. During my journey, I met with different retailers, and all the time I saw a lot of innovation needs, but also a lot of fears. Fears in investing in innovation because the costs, because the risks, and to be the first or the only one to use that disruptive technology. And that behavior is very harmful for the startups in their business. Seeing that, I had the idea to set up a shared retail innovation lab and I shared it with Microsoft. And I got excellent feedback because that can fill the gap that exists on the market and in Microsoft, for instance, for their startup portfolio. Since then, we work hardly to close the partnership with Microsoft, and thanks to Shish for all your support. So, now let me give you a small pitch about the lab, similar that we do for our ecosystem, for instance, for the retailers. We know that innovation is a key ingredient for the future success in retail. And recently we saw huge innovation like Amazon Go and big retailers with its own lab like Walmart and Target. However, that investment in labs and innovation brings higher costs and risks. Each lab can cost millions. So for that reason, we recently closed a partnership agreement with Microsoft in order to set up a shared retail innovation lab and incubation, where retailers can access to exclusive innovation with lower investment and risks. Will be the democratization of innovation and AI in retail. The main advantages for retailers, both online and brick and mortar, will be exclusive access to our innovation, have access to our innovation team that we expect to have more than 40 resources, and no additional cost for accessing our technology, demos, POCs, and even the source code. We are building a unique and powerful ecosystem with retailers, innovation products and projects, and the startups, where the retailers will have only one communication channel, one vision of the retail of the future, and one funnel view for the retailers. On the lab, we will have also a real store with real customers and purchase, where all our innovation and startups will be tested and validated before go to the retailers, like our stamp of quality. If we are working with a very strict innovation budget, we should focus on solving real problems and quickly. Add value with projects with a good return of investment. We will target metrics that validate the difference of using disruptive technology, because KPIs will be essential to show the potential of our technologies and innovations. The lab already have the first portfolio of solutions that belongs to the lab, like sentiment analysis in the store, smart digital receipts, and the POS of the future. And we are closing startups to make part of our ecosystem. We already have the OKs from some startups, and we need only to close the agreement. And that technologies that comes from the startups uh, are focused, for instance, in smart delivery, robots for the smart carts and logistics, smart shelf, image recognitions, customer personalization, and self and mobile checkout. And we're looking to increase this portfolio during the time. I will start. So the lab team will start working hard on the topics that will make the difference, like customer engagement and satisfaction. The lab will help retailers to learn about the customer behavior in the store in order to adapt and react in real time. The use of AI such deep learning will be a game changer in the industry. We will start with a project collecting the behavioral data in the stores with the ability to drive scenarios that impact multiple use cases that span across multiple groups and as a result of excellent return of investment. Regarding the lab business model, will be based on the project fee, where the retailers will have access to the project results beside all the lab solutions portfolio and ecosystem. The cost or the fee will be 126k euros per year or 15k euros per month. Exclusivity will be allowed with the payment of an extra fee. For the success, we're looking to have at minimum 15 retailers. What you need from the retailers is only to have one store available for our POCs before they accept to deploy to other stores, in the payment of the subscription fee, of course. Regarding our current status, we already closed and signed the partnership with agreement with Microsoft. Was Paul Meyer, Microsoft General Manager of Industry and Azure Experience, that was signed from Microsoft. And very shortly, with this partnership, XNFY can present Microsoft as a strategic partner of the lab, use XNFY Lab as incubation lab for the startups, and enable Microsoft research technology projects to participate in the incubation lab when they want. And Microsoft agrees to communicate with the retailers and partners that XNFY Lab is currently an exclusive partnership with Microsoft, allows Xfinity to use Microsoft name and brand in its communications, and share information about Xfinity Lab business model with retailers and partners for opportunities, if possible. Use its standard partner communication and marketing channels to promote Xfinity Lab, if possible, and participating as a stakeholder of the lab and collaborate with Xfinity. We already have on the ecosystem 6 startups. We only need to close the agreement, and we already have the first lab solutions portfolio. Recently, we had the promise of a mayor in the city in Portugal to have a building for free during 2 years for this project. The location is awesome. It's 30 minutes from an international airport, near of a hotel, a gym and spa, restaurants, and a university. And they have also free parking. And have this view. What do you think? Regarding our next steps will be publish the press release together with Microsoft, start having retailers on our ecosystem, having at least one tier 1 retailer, even for free, in order to create the interest of other players. I believe that will be essential for our success. We need also to close the agreement with the mayor for our office lab and the store, and start working as app this year. And we have a lot to work and fine tune. And for that reason, all your feedback and inputs will be appreciated. So I would like to have your feedback and inputs regarding what is your opinion regarding the lab pitch, the lab strategy and vision. What is your feedback regarding the ecosystem and the solutions portfolio? What do you think about the lab project? What do you think about the business model? And if we are on the good path of success. And the main question can be, in your opinion, what will be the next big project and disruptive on retail? like Amazon some time ago, that can put the lab on the map. So I think that is all. Uh, See you soon in our call next week. Thank you and bye bye.